Hey everyone! Thanks so much for joining me here today. My name is Corene Summers, founder of Artisan Farmacy, and joining you with this at-home workout in partnership with Under Armour Chicago. So we know everybody's stuck at home, feeling probably cramped up a little bit. We need to keep our bodies moving. So today's workout is all about releasing that tension and tightness from our physical bodies from too much sitting and from our minds from too much thinking. So let's go ahead and begin. Come to the top of our mats. So whether you have a mat or not, even if you have just a space on your floor, don't worry about it. Move to the top of that space and then bring your hands to your heart. We're going to take a big breath in, lifting the arms up above your head. So nice big reach here. Feel the whole body open from the feet all the way up to the fingertips. And exhale, we're going to take some breaths out as we pull the elbows back towards our sides. So we want to take some big exhales here, really releasing any tension we might be carrying in our body. So inhale, lift your arms, big breath in. Exhale, release your breath as you pull the elbows back, making fists with the hands. So let's keep that going for a few more breaths. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull back. Keep it going, a few more breaths. Nice big tall reach and a forceful exhale, breathing all the way out, like you're emptying from the bottom of your lungs and the pit of your belly. All right, two more. And then big breath in, lift your arms all the way up. And then here, I know it cuts off a little bit, but we're gonna take one hand to the opposite wrist as we fold to the side. So taking your left hand to the right wrist and then exhale to the left. Take a couple breaths here, breathing into the side body. If this feels easy for you, you can turn your gaze to the inner elbow, the inner right elbow, and then come back to center. Another big reach here, extending the arms towards the sky. And exhale now to the right. Taking the left or right hand to the left wrist as you fold to the side. Take a few breaths here. Again, this may be a very gentle bend. It may be a deep bend. If it feels easy, take your gaze to the inner elbow. And back to neutral. Now reach the arms up towards the sky again. Big breath in. And exhale. Let your hands drop down to your sides. So now standing in a mountain pose, we're going to release the neck and shoulders a little bit before we move into our sun salutations. So closing your eyes, this is a good time to just close your eyes, take the gaze inward, take your attention inward. Let your chin drop all the way down to your chest, relaxing the back of your neck. And then inhale, look up, even if your eyes are closed, shift like your eyes towards the ceiling, opening the front of your throat and chin. And exhale, chin to chest. I'm going to take a couple more breaths like this. And now side to side. So now take your right ear to your right shoulder, and then the left ear to your left shoulder. Moving side to side, opening the side of the muscles in the side of your neck, side of your shoulder. One more to each side. And now a few head rolls in each direction. So let your chin take the movement full circle. Chin to your chest, over the shoulder, looking up towards the sky, over the shoulder, chin to your chest. Moving a couple times in each direction. And now back to neutral. So here, open your eyes if they're still closed. Roll the shoulders up and back a few times, releasing tension in the upper body. This is important because we spend a lot of time sitting hunched over a computer, especially if you're not in a more traditional workspace, working at home, it's really easy to build up a lot of tightness here. So we want to get nice and loose before we start to move. All right, switch directions. All right, now on your next breath, take a big inhale, lift your arms to the sky. We're going to open into a little back bend as we begin our sun salutations. So open into the slight back bend, melting the upper spine and shoulders. And exhale, forward fold. Sweep your hands to the earth. Here we're going to inhale, lift halfway, flatten the spine from tail to crown as you tuck the belly up towards your spine. And exhale, forward fold again. Bringing your hands to the earth. So here you may need to drop your bum, bend your knees, bring your hands to the earth, and then step both feet back into high plank. So here find a nice straight line from your heels all the way up through the shoulders. And we're going to exhale, roll slowly all the way down to your belly with control. Rest your feet flat on the floor and take a big breath in as you roll the shoulders up and back into cobra, lifting your gaze to the sky. Going to exhale, come back down. We're going to roll into cobra 2 more times. Bring your chest and belly back down. Inhale, cobra. Keep the elbows tucked in tightly towards your sides. The low hips and belly connected to the ground. Bend in the elbows. And expanding through the heart and chest as you lift your gaze to the sky. Exhale, come back down 1 more time. Inhale, cobra, hold. Again, take those check-ins with yourself, elbows tucked into your sides. Keep breathing into your belly. And exhale, drop back down, bring your chest and belly to the earth. Tuck your toes under and lift your tailbone for downward dog, Adho Mukha. Dropping your heels towards the earth. Keep the hips as your highest point as you relax the back of your neck and press your chest and belly towards your thighs. From here, we're going to move back to the top of our mats. So you can walk or take a big step forward into that forward fold. And inhale, rise to standing, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae through the spine, bringing your hands together above your head. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. All right, we're going to move through that simple vinyasa or sun salutation a few more times. Inhale, lift your arms, open the heart as you take a nice gentle back bend. Exhale, forward fold, sweep your hands to the earth. Inhale, lift halfway. So you might have your hands dangling towards the ground. They might be on your shins. Most important thing here is that your tailbone to the crown of your head is nice and straight. Exhale, forward fold, bring your hands back to the earth and step back to high plank. You can always drop your knees here too as a modification if needed. Exhale to your belly. Inhale, just 1 cobra this time. And exhale, downward dog. Find that nice flow of movement with the breath. Take a pause here. Breathing all the way in, feel the belly expand, and all the way out for a nice deep release. And return to the top of your mat. Once again, you can walk, you can step, you can hop if it's in your practice. Inhale, rise to standing, full body stretch, arms above the head. And exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to keep this nice steady pace. Inhale, lift your arms, open to a little back bend. And exhale, forward fold, palms to the earth. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, step both feet back. High plank. Take another vinyasa at your own pace, belly to the earth. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back as you move into cobra. Keeping the elbows tucked in tightly to the ribs. Exhale, forward fold and downward dog. All right, from here we're going to lift the right leg. So send your right leg to the sky, lifting your right leg and bring it all the way forward to the front of your mat. So try to get it as close to your hands as possible. You can always adjust a little bit if needed when you get there. Then we're going to drop this left knee. So here the goal is to get into the hips. We want to get a nice hip stretch. Make sure there's enough distance between the knee and the front foot, keeping your knee above the right ankle. And then here we're going to inhale again, lift our arms, and send the knee a little closer to the toes. pausing for a couple of breaths. And then from here, we're going to do a couple twists side to side. So first, bring your left hand to the inside of your right foot and turn and twist towards the inner right leg, lifting your right arm a little bit higher. Sending your gaze up to that right hand. Then bring your right hand down, turn and twist to the other side. Lifting your left arm, send your gaze to the left hand. We're going to move side to side, keeping a steady pace. One more. And then come back to lifted arms, keeping that knee above the ankle. Find a nice lift, lengthening through the torso. And exhale. Hands to frame the right foot. Tuck the back toe under, lift your knee, and then sweep your right foot back to three-legged dog once more. Finding a nice stretch there in the hips, groin, and thigh, and then bring your right foot down. Once more, moving through a vinyasa at your own pace. Inhale, roll out to high plank. Exhale, to your belly with control. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. All right, now go ahead and lift that left leg. Send your left leg to the sky. And bring it all the way forward as close as you can get it to your hands, anchoring your front foot as you lower the right knee. Once again, we want to get a stretch in the hips here, so make sure you've got enough space before lifting your arms. Inhaling to bring your arms up. And then sending your knee a little closer towards your toes. Uncurl the toes of that front foot. Sometimes they like to scrunch up a little bit. And then we'll begin our twist side to side. So first, bring your right hand down to the inside of the left foot. Turn and look towards the left hand as you twist the right hip towards the inner left thigh. And then bring your left hand down, turn and twist towards the opposite side, looking up at your right hand, trying to stack the hips on top of the left thigh. So you want to really feel this twist in the belly. It's good for detox and releasing stress and excess negative energy. Good for core strength. All right, last one. And come back to neutral. Pausing for a moment here to situate as needed, and then letting your arms flow up towards the sky once more. Lifting through the torso, keeping your knee over the heel. And exhale, bring your hands back to the earth, framing your front foot. Tuck the back toe under, lift the knee, and sweep your left foot to three-legged dog. Exhale, set it down, downward dog. Then we'll take one more vinyasa. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, to the belly. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a pause and a breath. Again, feeling the belly and the lungs open as you breathe in, and a nice deep exhale, drawing your belly button back towards your spine as you release fully. Now moving your way back to the top of your mat. Again, you can walk, you can step. Hopefully the legs are starting to feel a little more loose. Inhale, all the way to standing, bringing your hands together above your head. And exhale, hands to your heart. Again, we're going to keep the steady pace for now. Inhale, lift your arms. And open to a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, step both feet back, high plank. Flowing through these familiar movements now. Go ahead and lift your left leg first. And bring it all the way through. Low lunge, drop the right knee. Inhale, lift your arms. Then we're going to go right into our twists, this time doing 3 to each side. Just 3 this time, moving in sync with the breath. Inhale, open, exhale, twist. Inhale, open, exhale, twist. Rotating the hips as much as possible. And back to neutral. Inhale, lift your arms. And then here we're going to tuck that back toe under. We're going to rise to a high lunge. You can also use your hands here. So you can either just rise up and using, your core strength, slowly lift, or you can use your hands to release the knee as sort of a middle stepping stone, and then lift your arms in high lunge. All right, we're going to keep that back heel lifted, and here we're actually going to repeat similar to the breath work we did at the beginning of class. We're going to have our arms lifted, and we're going to exhale 5 times, pulling the elbows back. Make sure you don't get too loose in your lunge. You want to go as deep as you can here so that you're still getting that hip stretch. Keep the toes locked steady, front foot steady, knee over the heel, and we'll begin. So inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, pull them back. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. Nice job. Inhale, lift. And now we're going to exhale into humble warrior. Drop the back heel, so drop your right heel to the ground. Exhale, hinging at the waist, sweep your arms all the way back. You can pause there, or you can interlock the fingers, pulling the shoulder blades together as you go a little bit deeper. Keep your gaze at the ground, so looking at your big toe. And uncurl the toes of that front foot, deepen your lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 1 more humble warrior. We're going to hold again. Exhale, forward fold. Interlock the fingers if you did so before, or you want to go deeper in the posture. And breathe. All right, now we're going to release the hands. See if you can bring them all the way to the ground and straighten both legs for 5 breaths in pyramid pose. So now breathing deeply, keeping both legs straight. You want the lift in the hips. You can bring your hands, if they go all the way down to the ground, that's great. If you have blocks, you can use blocks. You can rest them at the back of the low spine. Keep that steady breathing, allowing your body to shift deeper with each exhale. Releasing little by little. And then starting to bend that front knee. We're going to come back to low lunge, dropping the knee, and keeping your hands anchored. We'll swing the left foot back to 3-legged dog. So 3-legged dog, and downward dog. You can hold downward dog, or you can take another vinyasa in between before we switch sides. To shake out the head and neck a little bit. Make yourself comfortable again in the downward dog. Big breath in and out. And then go ahead and lift your right leg. So sending your right leg to the sky and sweep it through low lunge. Bring your right foot to the ground. Drop the left knee and inhale. Lift your arms, low lunge. Just like we did on the other side, we'll move right into those twists, 3 to each side. First bringing that left hand down. As you turn and send the belly towards the inner right leg, lift the right arm. And right hand down, left arm lifts. Keep moving side to side. Rotating as much as possible through the hips and low belly. And last one. Back to neutral, inhale, lift your arms. Now remember, from here we're going to lift up to our high lunge. Your choice if you want to do it straight from this position, using that core strength, or if you want to use your hands as the added guidance. So tucking that back toe under, I'm going to go ahead and lift all the way up. Low lunge, keeping the toes stuck on the back foot, back leg straight, front knee bent. We're going to move into that little breathing exercise on this side as well. So go ahead, lift on the inhale, and exhale, pull the elbows back. Keep it going, inhale, lift, exhale, breathe out, inhale, lift, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, lift, and then bring that back heel down for our humble warrior. So again, you want to make sure your knee is pressing towards the toes, that you're in a nice deep lunge here. Back leg should be straight with the foot completely flat on the mat. Front foot should be really grounded with the knee pressing towards the toes. Then lift the arms, exhale, humble warrior. Collapsing or hinging at the waist, bring your belly over the front thigh. And then again, it's your choice if you want to interlock the fingers, pulling the shoulder blades together and lengthening the torso a little more. Really try to open through the heart center regardless of where your hands are. Breathe. And inhale, lift. Exhale, humble warrior. Sweep the arms back. Pause and breathe. Really focus on the expansion of the heart, pulling the shoulder blades together behind the body. And release. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, come back down. We're going to move into that pyramid pose. Sorry, I think I did this a little different on the other side. Whoops. Keep both feet flat on the ground, and you want to keep both legs also straight. So you're really lifting, pulling up through the hips, and then letting your hands, so the focus is on that deep stretch in the legs. You can let your hands either come down to the ground, or you can let them interlock at the low spine. Again, try to let yourself relax into the pose. Let your feet steady and support you. Don't think about having to hold anything up. Let each exhale take you deeper into that release, letting all your muscles melt. All right, now releasing the arms, bring your hands down to frame the front foot, bend the knee as you drop your left knee to the mat for low lunge, and then start to sweep the right foot back to three-legged dog. So sweep the right foot back, three-legged dog, and set it back down, downward dog. Taking another vinyasa at your own pace. Inhale, high plank. Exhale to your belly. Inhale, cobra, and exhale, downward dog. All right, come back to the top of your mat. Forward fold. If you need to go deeper here in your forward fold, you might reach your arms around the back of your legs and give yourself a little hug before inhaling to rise all the way to standing. Palms lifted, and exhale. Hands back to your heart. All right, we have one more round. We're going to include a little more balance, and then we'll start to bring it down. So staying at the top of your mat, let's move back into flow. Inhale, arms up, open to a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold, palms to the earth. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step both feet back. High plank. Flow through a vinyasa. And go ahead and lift your right leg. This time we're going to go straight to the high lunge. Bring your right foot to the front of your mat. Keep the back heel lifted as you rise up, rolling your chest and belly up off the front leg. And then inhale, lift your arms. 5 power breaths. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, breathe out. Really breathe out deep here, guys. We've got a lot of crazy stuff going on. This is your chance to let it go. Inhale, lift, exhale, release. 3 more. Inhale, lift. And this time we're going to actually do something a little bit different. We're going to shift all of our weight to this right foot, hands to the heart, and we're going to lift that left leg into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Only going to pause there for a moment, bring the foot back down. And once more, all your weight to the right foot, lift the left leg. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Hold here, you guys are doing awesome. Hold here. Keep that supporting leg straight and lifted, both hips pointed towards the ground. Doesn't matter how high the back leg is, do you? If you need to come in and out of it, that's a great way to practice building the all the things that you need to be able to hold your warrior three for longer and longer. You can come back to your mat as needed, hold as long as you like, and return to that lifted lunge. Then we're going to drop the back heel. So drop your back heel to the ground. Lift the arms, straighten your front leg, and send your front hand towards your toes as we tilt into triangle pose. So bringing your front hand towards the ground, lifting the opposite arm and sending your gaze up towards your top hand. Now here it's really important to make sure you're not tipping down at all. You don't want that top shoulder or the top arm to start to tilt towards the floor. You want to really stay, so that may mean you're up here, but you want to stay really lifted and stacked on top of each other like you're stuck between two panes of glass. Keep breathing. And now bend that front leg, sweep the front arm back as we reverse our warrior. And bring both hands to the front of our mat, back to pyramid pose. So this is an important one to really break out that tension in the legs. So straightening both legs, find that lift through your hips again, and then forward fold over the front leg. I'm going to just take about 3 breaths here this time. Hopefully you can melt back into it. And then bending your front knee, start to once more work your way down, low lunge. Lift the arms this time, open the torso, and then exhale, hands back to your mat, free your right foot, three-legged dog. And set it down, downward dog. You can hold downward dog or take another vinyasa, always your choice. And then go ahead and lift your left leg, switching sides. Lift your left leg high and sweep it all the way through. Remember, this time we're going straight to that high lunge, so keep the back toe tucked, back leg straight, and slowly roll your body up. Lifting the arms, high lunge. And then beginning our power breaths. We're going to do 5 on this side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, big release. Remember, let it all out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. 3 more. All right, lift the arms once more, and then we're going to go into our warrior 3 pose. First one, just flowing in and out, kind of getting the feel for the posture. Bring your hands to your heart, send your weight over the left foot, lift the right leg. Remember that one, we're not holding, we're just going to come back. Find your stability again on your mat. And then when you're ready, send your weight into the front foot again. Lifting the back leg, keep the heel flexed. Try to point both hips towards the ground. Remember, it doesn't matter how high that back leg is, more important to stay balanced. Keeping your gaze focused and steady on something non-moving out in front of your big toes. So again, you can hold here on this side as long as you like, or move in and out as you practice the posture. Get used to how that feels and flows in your own body. Coming back to your mat whenever you're ready. Dropping your back heel towards the ground. So here, once again, we're going to open up the arms. I'm actually I'm gonna flip around so you guys can see me better this way. So left foot should be in front, arms wide. And we're gonna straighten the front leg for triangle pose. So keeping both arms long. You're gonna shift the hips as you reach your front arm forward towards the toes, and then rotate through the shoulders. bringing that front arm towards the ground as you lift with the top hand. You want to keep your shoulders stacked. Remember, important not to tilt down with the chest towards the ground like this. We want to be nice and open and stacked, keeping the shoulders on top of each other, hips on top of each other, and then gaze towards your top hand. Breathe. Letting your exhales take you slightly deeper. One more breath. And then you can bend that front knee as you sweep the front arm back overhead, reversing your warrior. And back to pyramid pose. Straighten both feet, lift through the hips as you take a forward fold over the front leg. And then just a reminder, you might have your hands reaching towards the ground or stacked on top of a block. You might have your hands at the low spine. Feel around what works best for you. The main goal is to get that deep stretch in the legs, keeping both feet pointed forward towards the front of your mat, hips lifted and squared to the front of your mat as well. Try to let your body relax. Not having to worry about holding anything up for the next couple breaths. Starting to make your way to the ground, bend your right knee. Inhale to low lunge, lifting through the torso. And exhale, frame your front foot. Lift the back knee and sweep your left foot to three-legged dog. Set it down for downward dog. And we'll take one last vinyasa together. Inhale, high plank. Exhale to your belly. Inhale, cobra. And then from here, I'm going to have you exhale to child's pose. So lift up into a tabletop. Bring your hands under the shoulders. Take your knees wide. We're going to do 5 big breaths in child's pose. So bring your big toes together, knees wide, and let your hips wiggle back as they sink over your heels, reaching your arms forward. See if you can go deep enough to bring your forehead all the way down either to your mat, or if you have a pillow handy or a block. I know most people probably don't have blocks, but if you have a pillow or something like that, you can also rest it if you're not naturally there. Now here, let your body relax. Keep your head down. Breathing nice, full breaths. Inhale. Feel your belly expand with that breath. And exhale, relax. Expand and relax. Expand and relax. And here, start to make your way back to a tabletop. Bringing your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. You're going to flow into a little cat and cow. And I'm going to offer this as a little bit of free flow as well. So you can do cat and cow like this, inhaling to lift your head and tail, exhaling to pull your belly button back towards your spine, keeping the arms straight, hips over the knees. You could also move this way. So kind of feel into your own body. Where do you still need to move and release? You could go side to side, or even make some circles over your heels. And then starting to swing your legs around to one side. Move on into a seat. And from here, if you need to run, you can head off and get back into your day. If you want to take another couple of minutes to break in Shavasana, you can join me in laying all the way down on your mat, reclining. Making yourself comfortable, wiggling out the shoulders so that your whole spine and back body are completely relaxed against the earth. Let your arms rest naturally at your sides, feeling the full length of your body. Letting every muscle completely relax as you let your breath flow with ease and peace. Try not to let your mind become distracted. As other thoughts enter, try to allow them to float gently by, like a leaf flowing down a stream, moving out of sight, allowing you to come back to the breath, to feeling relaxed in your body again and again. Take one last moment here. Bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly to connect with that feeling of your breath flowing so naturally and easily. One more time. Tell yourself thank you for taking this time to practice and do something good for your body today, for your mind. And when you're ready, you can start to move back to a seat, hugging your knees into your chest. And slowly making your way back up. Thanks again for joining me today. Just a reminder to keep coming back and checking out my page and the Under Armour Chicago page for our at-home workouts, which will be featuring as long as we're all stuck inside during these crazy times. If anybody ever needs anything, you know I'm here. Feel free to reach out. You can always reach me, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. So be safe, be well, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.